there's no need to ease any threat from the USA. It doesn't cause me any pain. Donald Trump is not God. His term is coming to an end after 4 years. And a new president who's sober, who reads, will take over and understand what are the issues. Well, we are divided and we are being divided by the imperialist forces.
Yeah.
And that's why we are working towards uniting the continent so that no one causes unnecessary problems. We all speak at one. It might not happen tomorrow or in few days to come, but we have a duty to speak the language of unity everywhere else we go.
Yeah.
And in that way, we're fine. We're good to go.
I'm a king, yes.
Zuma did what he did because he didn't want to let go of power. And he decided, look, I'm going to create this family stokvel that will keep me relevant, and I'll be able to use it to advance individual family interest. The people who are tribalists were looking for home and were looking for a statement, to replace Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who they saw as a father figure. So now they were thinking, who can be a father figure for the Zulu nation? Because if it was a protest of people who are not satisfied with the ANC, it would have been across the country. So it happens in one province where it happens they speak Zulu and he's Zulu. And if they were to be asked, if a research was to be conducted, they will confirm that they voted for their own Zulu men. Because that's what happened when he took over the presidency of the ANC. It was already declining. There's a problem. But when he took over the presidency of the ANC started increasing numbers in KZN and declining everywhere else. So they played a very dirty game there of tribalism, which is undesirable. There is an effort to fragment a black vote, and it is sponsored by white monopoly capital. And again, Zuma never speaks about white monopoly capital or Floyd for that matter. They speak about EFF. So they sponsor formation of black parties so that the DA can emerge. These parties that are being formed, none of them say they are going to fight for the land, for the economy to be returned into the hands of the people. None of them speak ill about Helen Zille, who wants to be a mayor at the age of 75 years. The EFF is not a breakaway from the ANC.
Okay.
I was expelled from the ANC. And even when I begged for my membership, they still said, you must go. That's why most of the policies of the EFF are those of the Youth League 2011 conference, where we took radical decisions to make this country a better place. So, and when it comes to MK and ANC, there is a clash of personalities at a high level, where MK says I can work with the ANC of Ramaphosa, and then but the ANC saying, well, we are ready to work with you, but stop these ridiculous demands, because we can simply say we don't want to work with Zuma. And where does it take us? Sometimes it becomes a bit strategic, to take 2 steps backward in order to take 3 steps forward. They can go in GNU with the EFF and the ANC and influence things from there. And it can see Ramaphosa being removed, actually, without any hassle when we work together. You must invest, but never invest emotions.
Okay.
So you must develop people, you must encourage people to do the right thing, work on them, give them the necessary support where it is needed. But it must not go too hard.
Yeah.
To a point where when they disappoint you, you feel like you are disappointed by your blood brother. We make a mistake because we seem to think our colleagues are our friends. And we become so comfortable with each other. And when things happen, we now want to cry foul as if we didn't know some of these things. We take our own decision. We write our own history as individuals, and when that history is written, it will tell the true story. We're sitting here. We still don't know what was the revolutionary about taking that decision of going to MK. But people take individual decisions, and we ought to respect those decisions as the people. And we wish them well. If they are genuinely going to help our people, we can do with so many hands in helping our people. And we shouldn't be hard on them and say all manner of things. Yes, we get disappointed as people because we are people. But you must let go. When you build an organization, it's based on your face, your speech, and all of that. So you need to gradually, unannounced, start giving other people responsibilities and take a back seat to observe what will happen. And we did exactly that because we had developed an amount of confidence in some of these comrades. But when that happened, it suggested that I now have to be hands-on and make sure that we take care of the organization. It's interesting that he's calling us all manner of names, cult and all of that. But most decisions here were taken by him, were influenced by him. He says, I'm a cult. In the same sentence, he says, yeah, he wanted to make someone else Secretary General when he came from a caucus. And I suggested Marshal Dlamini, and Marshal Dlamini became Secretary General. If I was a cult, why would I agree to something like that? I was not from a caucus. I was sitting with him, we were talking, I said, Shadrach Tlaule can be the Secretary General. And he said, no, Marshal Dlamini. And I said, I don't know why I didn't think about that name. And I immediately agreed. There was no quarrel about it. But he's a man who was doing everything because I'm a cult. But whatever suggestions that came forward, we are individuals. We make individual proposals. And most of the ideas he expressed in the EFF were accepted, were never met with resistance. So I don't know what got into their head. Maybe it's again, fostering that idea of fragmenting a black vote, make sure EFF gets as little votes as possible and so many political parties, then the DA grows with the Freedom Front Plus and the IFP, and then they take over South Africa. But it is our duty as leaders to accept that from time to time people are going to insult you, especially the people you worked with, the people you are close with. People are destroyed by people who are close to them, not people from far. So you ought to accept that, but do not degenerate to their level. Just leave them to say whatever they say. People will see them for who they are. Yeah. Well, as a country, you must first protect your sovereignty. Yeah. It doesn't matter whether you're going to win outside forces or not. You must first defend what is South Africa and its policies. The attack against South Africa is not necessarily against South Africa. The international politics are shifting. And therefore, many countries are going to be at the receiving end. Others are responding in a bold manner against the impositioning of tariffs by America. We will rise. We shouldn't compromise who we are because of changing patterns of politics. But equally, we've got friends international. We've got BRICS, which is now extended and it's got many other countries joining it. We should seek alternative markets in those countries and make sure that our business does not suffer the way we're looking at things now. There's no need to ease any threat from the USA. It doesn't cause me any pain. Donald Trump is not God. His term is coming to an end after 4 years. And a new president who's sober, who reads, will take over and understand what are the issues. The argument that, no, if we do a borderless Africa, those people are going to come here. We were borderless Africa at some point before we were cut into pieces. But those people remained in their countries. They never came here. They say people come here because we are rich. They will want the richness of South Africa. Gauteng compared to Limpopo is very rich. But I've not seen empty houses in Limpopo. That people are leaving Limpopo, going to stay in Gauteng because there are more greener pastures there. It is a threat to imperialism, which benefit out of the exploitation of the mineral resources of South Africa. The problem is our leaders. It's not China or anything. They go and negotiate ridiculous things because they want this money now. And then they concede on the most strategic things. And you must know in business, if I win, even if it means the other side is losing badly, it doesn't matter. Business is shrewd by its own nature. Well, we are divided and we are being divided by the imperialist forces. Yeah. And that's why we are working towards uniting the continent so that no one causes unnecessary problems. We all speak at one. It might not happen tomorrow or in few days to come, but we have a duty to speak the language of unity everywhere else we go. Yeah. And in that way, we're fine. We're good to go.
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king. I think I'm a king.